The U.S. is also sending aircraft carrier strike group towards Israeli waters, as well as sending ammunition, weapons, fighter jets, in a show not just of support to Israel, but as a signal to others not to get involved.
So, in other words, things are not getting any better over near Israel. And as I reported to you all yesterday, the U.S. military was getting ready to send some ships to the area. Well, it just so happens that those ships will be arriving near Israel in the next couple of hours. And guess what? They sent even more ships than they said they were going to yesterday. I wonder why. Now, they're still claiming that these warships are being sent to the area just as a show of support. But fellas, this is not your aunt showing up to a little league baseball game to show support. Ladies, this is not one of your girlfriends showing up at your house to sip wine with you after a bad breakup. These are aircraft carriers and other warships equipped with enough weapons to destroy the entire world if they wanted to. I highly doubt that this is just a show of support. Oh, we're just here to support you. We just want to support Israel. We're just out here supporting y'all from the sea. No, that's not how this works. I know it sounds good and it makes you feel more comfortable and more secure in your pajamas. But that's not how this works. I don't think we're sending all of these warships to Israel to just show support. I think that this is about action. And the reason why I think that, or one of the reasons why, is because about an hour ago, about an hour or two before these warships show up to the coast of Israel, President Biden just announced that so far we know of at least 11 Americans who were killed over in Israel, with more possibly being kidnapped, with others. Hamas has already confirmed that they have American hostages. So as of right now, the American death toll is at 11. As of right now, we know they have other hostages. And guess what? Hamas just threatened that they're going to start executing these people on live streams for everyone to see on the internet. So what do you think is going to happen? But anyways, Biden, or I guess one of Biden's people, just released a statement on his behalf, and I want to read it for you all. Statement from President Joe Biden on American citizens impacted in Israel. As we continue to account for the horrors of the appalling terrorist assault against Israel this weekend and the hundreds of innocent civilians who were murdered, we are seeing the immense scale and reach of this tragedy. Sadly, we now know that at least 11 American citizens were among those killed, many of whom made a second home in Israel. It's heart-wrenching. These families have been torn apart by inexcusable hatred and violence. We also know that American citizens still remain unaccounted for, and we are working with Israeli officials to obtain more information as to their whereabouts. My heart goes out to every family impacted by the horrible events of the past few days. The pain these families have endured, the enormity of their loss, and the agony of those still awaiting information is unfathomable. The safety of American citizens, whether at home or abroad, is my top priority as president. While we are still working to confirm, we believe it is likely that American citizens may be among those being held by Hamas. I have directed my team to work with their Israeli counterparts on every aspect of the hostage crisis, including sharing intelligence and deploying experts from across the United States government to consult with and advise Israeli counterparts on hostage recovery efforts. For American citizens who are currently in Israel, the State Department is providing assistance as well as updated security alerts. For those who desire to leave, commercial flights and ground options are still available. Please also take sensible precautions in the days ahead and follow the guidance of local authorities. This is not some distant tragedy. The ties between Israel and the United States run deep. It is personal for so many American families who are feeling the pain of this attack as well as the scars inflicted through millennia of anti-Semitism and persecution of Jewish people. In cities across the country, police departments have stepped up security around centers of Jewish life, and the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, and other federal law enforcement partners are closely monitoring for any domestic threats in connection with the horrific attacks in Israel. In this moment of heartbreak, the American people still stand shoulder to shoulder with Israelis. We remember the pain of being attacked by terrorists at home, and Americans across the country stand united against these evil acts that once more claimed innocent American lives. It is an outrage, and we will continue to show the world that the American people are unwavering in our resolve to oppose terrorism in all forms. The United States and the State of Israel are inseparable partners, and I affirm to Prime Minister Netanyahu, again, when we spoke yesterday, that the United States will continue to make sure Israel has what it needs to defend itself and its people. Now, I want you all to pay close attention to the reaction to this ongoing situation in Israel. Politicians, such as Joe Biden in this statement, they keep bringing up 9/11. They're trying to use 9/11 as a way to gain sympathy from Americans so we are more supportive of the upcoming war, or the current war now, that we're about to be involved in. Make no mistake about it. They want to, they keep comparing this to 9/11. They've even called it Israel's 9/11. Even politicians around Israel are referring to it as Israel's 9/11. That's happening for a reason. Because a lot of us have this soft spot in our heart when it comes to 9/11. If you were alive when it happened, you know the feeling of that day. You probably still remember the feeling of that day or where you were when it happened, when you found out. It doesn't matter if you lived in New York. You could live as far away from New York as possible in America, and it still impacted you. So they're trying to pull on your heartstrings, comparing this to 9/11, so you're more likely to get emotional, throw your other senses out the window, and just, yeah, let's go ahead and let's get them. That's what they want. That's why they keep comparing it to 9/11. And I don't like that. If we're going to get involved in this conflict, which we already are, just be upfront about it. I don't like the gaslighting and the manipulating. I don't like them playing with people's emotions. Because at the end of the day, regardless if we really support it or not, they're going to do what they want to do. And right now, it looks like we're about to jump into this thing. I told you all yesterday that my prediction was that within the next 2 weeks, we'll be carrying out airstrikes against various targets for Israel. We'll see. We'll see. I hope I'm wrong. But, I mean, this statement by Biden, other things that are going on, other statements that have been made by other politicians and other officials in Israel, the fact that our warships are already en route, jam-packed with fighter jets and everything we need to go ahead and start wreaking havoc in the Middle East again. Oh boy, it's coming. It is coming. And I am telling you right now, do not be surprised or shocked or caught off guard if something crazy happens right here in America over the next coming weeks and months. They've already threatened that they're going to do something. And in that statement, they're already speaking it up. Like, oh, we're preparing for, people to target this and target that. They're already speaking it up, man. If I were you, you can do what you want. Never live your life in fear. But if I were you, I may steer clear from large gatherings and things like that just for a little while. I would be on high alert right now. Okay? Because, they're already threatening that they're going to do something. President's already mentioning that they're getting ready just in case. It's kind of like they're already speaking it up. But let me know your thoughts about all of this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next video.